Now, joining us now, we have Bob Smith and Randy Stetson from the Veterans Memorial and the VFW Post 334. And we just recently were at the Veterans Memorial for Patriot Day, a beautiful ceremony. You do a great job, Bob, leading the presentation there. And it's nice to see the turnout we get there every year for that event. And it goes to show how the memorial has evolved in its 30-year history to be able to hold ceremonies like that and Memorial Day. And there was even a wedding in 2017 that took place at the memorial. So, so there, you want to specifically promote something that's coming up soon? Let's talk about that.
Well, before we start, I'd like to put in a plug about the parade. I was in the very first lighted parade.
Yeah.
We had a fire truck, a garbage truck, and a little band. And it took about 10 minutes to go through town, if that. So
that's awesome.
It's really evolved. It's really a great time and everything. So.
It is.
But anyway, just had to throw that out there.
That's amazing that you were in the first one. See,
I
it's
was
awesome
there
because
too.
you were there. Yeah.
I
that's
shot
right.
video of the very first lighted parade. I remember the year before, which was 1994, I think, was the last daytime parade, and it was poorly attended, and like you said, it went by maybe in 10 minutes. The following year, they decided to go to the nighttime parade, and they gave everybody little generators to light up a string of lights and everything, and people came out and lined the streets, and that's what we've been doing for 30 years. Yeah, yeah.
Love it.
So the memorial, like the lighted parade, the memorial has been embraced by the community and has become a gathering space. And so coming up on, what's the date? October 4th, Saturday, October 4th. You're going to invite people to the memorial. Talk about that.
Well, October 4th, we're going to invite people. It'll be from 9 to 2, coffee with a veteran. This year we're going to be offering cider, which is from Yates. I don't know who's getting it, but somebody's getting it, bringing it there. And we have a donuts, and if you chit-chat with our veterans. So.
Yeah, that's, you know, as a veteran, talk about what it means to you to be able to talk to members of the community and share your stories. What does it do for you as a veteran?
Well, I hope that it gives the people an idea what a veteran goes through. When they go through training and then they go into combat, especially combat, and combat is not funny. It's a serious situation. So I did what I could for my country, and I hope that the new guys that are moving in, they're doing their job too. So
Yeah. Now, you fought in Vietnam?
Vietnam, 68, 69. I was, I was a combination of radio and recon. I was in the 11th Air Cavalry Com. So.
Now, something I've discussed with other Vietnam veterans is, you know, at the time when everyone returned home, they weren't warmly received. But that attitude has changed over the years.
Yes, it has.
You want to talk about how things have changed over the decades?
He put it quite well, didn't he, that we weren't?
Yeah, we weren't. They didn't like us, and they shouldn't blame us. They should blame the politicians, not us.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, we were hollered at, yelled at, spit at, you name it. Everything was going on against us. So it's got to the point where, am I home? Or maybe I should go back, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's more peaceful back in the war.
Yeah. The bizarre thing about it is that you didn't choose to go there. The draft was still in effect at that time.
Right.
So how can you be angry at people who went not necessarily by choice to fight in this conflict? So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Very unfair.
So.
Even the military or the VA, when I first got out in '74, they treated us poorly, very poorly. I had a doctor's appointment at 10:30 at Allen Park. I didn't see the doctor until 4:30 in the afternoon, and it was for a bad knee that they didn't want to do surgery while I was still in because I only had 3 weeks left. So they wrote up that way, and when I got there, so at 4:30 when he called me in the office, he says, "What are you here for?" And I says, "Well, it should be in my medical records that I got a bad knee." He says, "Yeah, you walked in okay though."
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So And just recently, I started going to the VA for a problem, and totally
Yeah.
different. They
It's
just
different. My dad is a Vietnam vet as well, and he, is at the VA quite often, and he said it's so totally different.
Yeah.
So totally different. Like
I
he
mean-
gets really good care now. Like
outside the each of the rooms that you'd go into for whatever you're there for, there's a sign that'll say, if you haven't been seen in 10 minutes, please come in and let us know.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot different than getting in there at 10:30 in the morning, not seeing anybody till 4:30 in the afternoon.
That was
So
fair. Yeah.
But now, it's completely different than the experience you had back in the 70s where, when you take part in a parade, the streets are lined with people cheering you
Yeah,
on.
they are.
I imagine wherever you go, people thank you for your service. Talk about what you experience as a veteran in the community today.
Well, I try to give back to the community. I like to do things for them. I like to do things for the vet. I don't know if you got any ideas, or Bob?
no, it just everywhere you go anymore, they embrace it. You'll see somebody with a Vietnam veteran's cap on, and you got one on. You're walking up to them and welcome home, brother, and all this. But besides that, I mean, I got young people coming up to me and thanking me for my service and stuff like that. And
I have that, yeah, a lot.
I got I'm very patriotic, so I got a T-shirt that says I may be old, but I have a DD-214, so that makes me, So I had a young waiter come up to me and ask me, what's that DD-214 stand for? So I explained it to him and stuff like that, where, before they wouldn't even want to talk to you or anything.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even know what Vietnam is.
Right.
Never even heard of it.
Yep.
What's that,
Yeah.
And then you have to tell them,
Yeah.
And that's what I think Randy and I are both here, to not let anybody forget, or try to explain to them what it's about and stuff like that. The 9/11, anybody that was born after a certain age, it's a history to them. It's something they learned in school. Vietnam is the same thing as when we were in high school learning about World War II
Right,
and a little bit of Korean. But now people, that's all they know. And it's not a fun thing to talk about. It's very sad, but at the same time, you want people to understand that it did happen. You can't erase it from history.
Yeah.
Well, history really is storytelling by people that experienced it, right? And passing down that knowledge.
Yeah.
History doesn't write itself. I mean, you have to have people to tell the stories about.
Yeah.
There are different ways to look at history, and from this perspective, and it's nice that your perspective is actually getting, as opposed to how it was when you came back. It's more widely shared and heard, which is good.
And, you want to get that out there, because how we were treated when we come back. Because if we ever have another conflict, like Iraq, then we don't want those young people to come back and have the same situations we had. And everything.
definitely, yeah.
Something that I observed personally that just makes you feel good is the VFW sells, or not sells, but hands out poppies basically for donations.
We look for donations.
And a year or so ago, I needed some video of you guys doing that, and so you're stationed at Kroger and other locations and the Veterans Memorial, and so I'm there to shoot video, but I'm observing the interactions you're having with the community that come by and make a donation for a poppy, and I get emotional when I see it, because it's an opportunity for them to thank you. Talk about when you're handing out poppies, those interactions that you have.
I have people that, of course, thank me for my service. My dad was in Vietnam. My mother was a nurse. I've had several war stories from guys that stood there for almost a half an hour telling me what's going on, and I already knew what was going on because I was already over there.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah. So it must be nice to have people express their gratitude now.
Before we run out of time, though, the big reason we're here is for the Coffee with a Vet, and people can come up there. But we also want to let you know that between 12 and 2, we're going to do the flag ceremony. We're going to be retiring flags Randy told me today we got close to 300
We
already.
got over
Yeah.
300 now.
Over.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they can bring their flag if they have one that's tattered or bad. Bring it.
Yeah.
And we'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's one thing we really want to stress to people. If you have a flag that's been flying out in front of your home and it's tattered and torn, don't throw it out.
Yeah.
Don't use it to wash your car. There's a proper way to retire the
Right.
flag. How is a flag properly retired?
Do you want to tell them or you want me to tell them?
Okay, well, it's changed a little bit, but normally if it's a cloth flag in that, it's a burning ceremony where we'll go up and we'll drop the flag in, we salute it into the fire, and then, but as of late, the nylon flags create a hazard to the environment. They're not outlawed for burning them, but we've taken the proactive VFW and other veterans groups said, you know, we're not going to do that anymore. What we're going to try to do this year, and I'm saying this without even talking to the group yet, but I thought maybe if we got it, the one way you can retire a flag is to cut the blue and white stripes off the red and white, or blue and white stars off the red and white
Oh,
stripes. And then once you separate them, it's no longer a flag. So this year we'll see if we can do something like that for people who do bring nylon flags. So we're going to keep them separated.
Oh, wow.
And there's
Interesting.
also, in researching this, I also found that there was some big box stores like Home Depot and that will take them and recycle them. I checked our area local Home Depot and they don't, but you know, if you do a little research, you might find somebody that could recycle them and that. But at the same time, you don't ever want to throw one away. You're showing disrespect to the
Right, they have to be retired in
yeah.
a military manner.
Yeah, right.
So there is a place to drop it off at the memorial, correct?
Yes, there is a box there. It holds probably maybe 10 flags or so, but you know, but we've
Yeah.
got a young man that goes up there just about every day, and he cleans it out. I say young man, he's only what 80 some years
Bob
old.
Marshall,
Young
I was
fella.
wondering who you're talking about. I was like, is he talking about
that
Bob?
guy does so much. It's unbelievable.
does.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bob, I wanted to touch on this. This will be our last thing, but I was just at the memorial recently where a local business, KT's Mobile Dog Grooming, arrived at the Veterans Memorial to make a check donation for $200. And what I don't think people realize, the memorial is pretty much done as far as adding things to it.
It's a living memorial. so-
Yeah, and there's ongoing care and maintenance, and Bob Watros is the manager of the park, and there are expenses to that, and so I'm sure there's some video of them making the donation to the memorial. There are expenses, ongoing expenses, and so I'm sure the memorial appreciates the smallest gift just to kind of keep things going.
Anything, really.
Yep.
We'd be happy to have anything.
Yeah. So for more information, you guys have a website. It's OrionVeteransMemorial.com or
Yes.
.org or what is it?
.com.
.com, and you have a presence on Facebook. The VFW Post 334 has a presence on Facebook. So yeah, if you want to reach out and help support the Veterans Memorial, there are multiple ways to do that.
Or
And,
just come on up and walk around and see what's
Yeah,
up there.
and talk
Yeah.
to some of the vets there.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
And come out on October 4th. It's a Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. Bring any old or tattered flags you might have and sit down and have a chat with these guys.
Yep.
They have some stories to tell. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
well, thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you having us. So.
always good to
Absolutely,
see
yeah,
you.
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.